Hello and welcome, everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome to a rare but pretty well excited, or pretty well. Let's try this again. Words are hard. Hello and welcome. My name is Jonathan Stav, and here at Sectors Made Simple, we have made it our goal to make investing simpler. Today, we're continuing that mission with a new class series. This class series is going beyond other things that we've covered at Sectors Made Simple and giving you a detailed introduction and walkthrough of the world of both fundamental and technical analysis. This class series is something that can benefit investors of all skill levels, from growing investors just wanting to learn their first trading strategies, all the way to day traders that want a more powerful way of testing the strategies that they're interested in. This series truly has something to offer for everyone, and I'm incredibly excited to be able to offer this series to you all starting May 22nd. But to give it a more proper introduction, I wanted to do this live video with you all, so we get to cover a little bit more about what this class series will go over, as well as provide some examples of some of the material that we'll cover and some of the backtests that you'll have access to through this course. So, with that said, here is what I've got for you all today. We're going to be doing an introduction into the Analysis Academy. As a disclaimer, I will have these, I apologize. I'm going to talk today about strategies. Strategies very often use backtesting results, ways of looking at how something is done in the past and trying to use that information to decide if it's worth using in the future. Whenever we cover something like that, it should be taken as education. It should be taken as a resource, not as an opinion, not as a recommendation, not as a go do this right now. With that said, we do our work to make sure the information we provide is correct, and we provide the sources of material whenever possible. So everything that we will cover will be well researched and well prepared, but again, the markets always change. There should be no surprise that markets change over time. So being able to adapt with the market as the market evolves is key. So let's introduce this class series, shall we? This class series is called the Analysis Academy. It is the third class series that we've run here at Sectors Made Simple. The first one that we ran was the Spreadsheets Made Simpler series back in 2021. That series was me going through a more detailed look at spreadsheets programs, in particular Google Sheets. And in that class series, we worked towards being able to create a fully functioning stock screener that utilizes both fundamental and technical analysis to grade and evaluate stocks. Along the way, you learned every single skill needed to build that sheet for yourself so that you can make changes to it in the future and you can make it something that you can really use as part of your investing. The second class series that we ran last summer was called Figuring Out Finance. This class series was aimed more at students and young adults that are getting their first steps into the world of finance and want to know that they're getting involved in the world of investing and money management in a more secure and educated way. These classes detailed many things from credit to savings to the value of compound interest. So these topics were covered in a lot of detail with lots of homework assignments and projects to help people understand and put that information to use in their everyday lives. This series is going to be a little bit different. This series is going to be a deep dive into the world of stock analysis, more specifically, fundamental and technical analysis. Today, I want to give you all an introduction to this course. We'll cover some of the topics that you're going to learn about, as well as we'll be taking a sneak peek at an example of what the TradingView scripts that we provide are. Whenever we do a class series at Sectors Made Simple, we want it to be something that goes the extra step, the next level of giving you something that is truly valuable. As part of this class series, we will be doing exactly that. So this class series is going to be a 6-week course that is 12 lessons, so 2 lessons every single week, starting on Monday, May 22nd. There will be live classes every Monday and Wednesday of the week, And if you are a Sectors Made Simple subscriber, you will have access to Spanish Q&As with my mom, Julie Stav, on Thursdays. Classes will cover both technical and fundamental analysis topics, and all lessons will be recorded and uploaded for you to be able to review and watch in the future. Those recordings will have Spanish subtitles as well. Quiero repetir esto en español también. Cada clase vamos a tener subtítulos en español para entender la información en una manera más fácil. También, para contestar tus preguntas en español, vamos a tener reuniones cada jueves al mismo tiempo a las 4 de la tarde, tiempo de Los Ángeles, 7 de la tarde para tiempo este. Y en estas reuniones, mi madre, Julie Stav, va a contestar tus preguntas sobre la clase y más. At Sectors Made Simple, we truly have a bilingual community. So whenever we share information and education, we want to make sure that that information is something that's available in both English and Spanish. So if you're new here, we do have a very large Spanish community, and that Spanish community is powerful and very well educated in the world of investing, so you will be right at home with them. It's amazing to know, and it shouldn't be surprising, that numbers and investments don't have a language. Numbers are something that truly transcends language, and is something we can all learn how to utilize. So with that said, let's tell you a little bit more about me, Jonathan, and also what Sectors Made Simple is all about. As for me, I won't keep saying Jonathan like I'm talking in the third person here. I've been investing since I was in the 5th grade. I got involved in investing in a lovely year in the market known as 2008. Since then, I've been involved in investing and have followed in the footsteps of my mom, Julie Stav, who led the charge in terms of providing financial education and financial literacy to the Hispanic market. She wrote her first book in 2000 and ever since has been heavily involved in both radio, TV, and online education in the world of personal finance and investing. For me, I continued that goal, where in 2020 I joined my mom, my wife, and my close college friend to create a company called Sectors Made Simple. Sectors Made Simple's goal was to bring powerful industry-level analysis to everyone. We want to give you the tools that only financial institutions offer, but at a price point and a level of understanding that is much more down to earth. For me, I went to college and got a degree in marketing and analytics. My focus and my dream, even from when I was a little kid, was to use data and analysis to help others. For me, the step into finance was very, very straightforward. I understood stock analysis, I understood analysis and insights, and I wanted to combine those two together to truly make a difference. So for me, Sectors Made Simple is an amazing opportunity to share my abilities with analysis and creating strategies and bring that to people that can truly use and appreciate the information. So, since starting Sectors Made Simple in 2020, I've made over 300 hours of educational content available here on YouTube and on our website, sectorsmadesimple.com. Half of this information is available for free for anyone to go and view. If you want to have some fun, go through our YouTube channel, scroll down, and you'll see hours upon hours of content. And then over on our website, sectorsmadesimple.com, we offer subscriptions that provide you access to all of our in-house tools, as well as another 150 hours of members' content. When it comes down to it, though, we have some very simple goals here at Sectors Made Simple. Make complex topics simple. Bring Wall Street to Main Street, where we're bringing industry-level tools to average consumers like you and me, and help you build your financial future. Every person's goals with investing is different. Every person's risk tolerance is different. So what we want to do is help you to give you the tools, because no one understands you like you. So instead of telling you, hey, this is what worked for Juan de los Palotes down the street, try it out, we want to say, hey, here's what the analysis shows, here's why it works, here's the ways that you can tweak it to make it perfect for you. It is very much the best way to teach something is to show you how and why it's something that can be valuable to you, how you live your life with your risk tolerance and more. Now, who is this series for? Obviously, we have a target audience when it comes to who we feel this series can benefit. And the simple answer is anyone that is willing to learn to invest for themselves. This series is not going to say, here is the one strategy you need, congratulations, you'll make $1 million by next year. But what we will do is focus on strategies that apply to everyone. You can take some strategies and apply it to day trading. And you can take the same strategy and apply it to long-term swing trading, more mid to long-term swing trading. These strategies are truly fractal, allowing you to apply it to many different time frames to find the one that suits you the best. Every single topic that we cover, every single one of these subjects, you don't need to know much to get started with. We will start from the ground level, teach you exactly what that piece of information is, why it matters, how it's calculated, and more importantly, how we can use it as part of a strategy. You will need to know very little about analysis prior to starting this series. We will show you everything. The only things that we recommend that you know is how to read candlestick or any sort of stock chart, any sort of time series stock chart. For those that love point and figure as a charting type, it's a little tricky to find TradingView stuff for that. So we're going to be focusing mostly on candlesticks. So if you're not familiar with candlesticks, we will do a video on candlesticks in the near future to make sure that you're all caught up. But in the meantime, understanding how to read a stock chart is the only information that we expect you to know before the classes. Beyond that, from how to use TradingView to what is analysis in the first place, will be covered in the series. So ultimately, if you want to learn how to make your money work for you, you're going to be in the right place. Now, why should you actually learn with us? Why are we different than the other courses that you might find online for analysis? Well, the reality is that there's two main reasons. The first is because of the classes. We have a heavy focus on backtesting and data. My pet peeve is when people recommend strategies but don't tell you how. They just say, well, behind my members only content, okay, whatever. That's not going to help me. I want information I can actually use. Whenever we share strategies at Sectors Made Simple, they are usually things that can be used by anyone, and our tools just save you time. Then another thing is that backtesting data is results. I don't want to be promised that something's going to work in the future. I want to do it myself. I have this saying that one of my college professors taught me, and it's very true. Statistics never lie, but liars use statistics. It is not hard to take a lot of data and show only the parts that make you look the best. That's not our goal. Our goal is to show you the good, bad, and everything in between. Because when you get outside of the perfect presentation land and you get into really using these strategies, that's going to be what matters. So we want to give you what actually matters. Second, the TradingView scripts. For many of the technical analysis strategies that we'll cover in the series, we will provide you scripts, little programs, for the popular charting platform TradingView. These scripts will allow you to take the strategies that we cover in the classes and turn them into real recipes that you can use for your financial success. These strategies are fully customizable. We will allow you to tweak many of the different features, and what we do is provide the outline, and then you fill in the details to match what parameters you want, what time frame you want, what your risk level is, what your take profit level is, all of these and more. You'll learn about what they are and how to use them in this series. Then the third part. These classes will be live. If you haven't noticed, I like doing live stuff. Will it be as perfect as a recorded piece of content? No, but I love being able to engage with the audience. I like being able to be here to answer your questions. These will not be YouTube lives where I'm sitting here talking to a camera and that's it. There will be Zoom calls where you can raise your hand, ask your questions, put your question in the Q&A, have your questions answered in real time. So you will have live access to the instructors in both English and Spanish to have your questions answered. The second part is our community. We've worked very hard over the past 3 years to build an incredibly supportive community. This community is truly bilingual, with many people speaking both English and Spanish, showing that numbers truly are a multilingual feature. But the one thing that is the same for every single person in Sectors Made Simple is that they're all here to learn. Everyone has a hunger to learn, has interest to learn, and is willing to put in a little bit of time to invest in their long-term investments. And in terms of that, I mean, invest in their education. These are skills that you can use for the rest of your life. And putting in 6 weeks and 12 hours of time is a very, very powerful investment to helping you improve your confidence, but also your returns in your portfolio for years to come. The other part of our community is the fact that it is truly people of all skill levels. It's a running joke that we have two sides of the presentation group of Sectors Made Simple. There's me. I love long-term investments with lower risk, but also lower reward as a result. I prefer consistent results over longer periods of time, and that's where a lot of my strategies that I've created for Sectors Made Simple have come from. And then there's the wild side, my mom, who loves options, is always looking for new ways to find leveraged opportunities in the market, and truly rides on the idea of high risk, high return opportunities and learning how to improve odds in those scenarios. So even from the instructor side of things, we have different levels of risk and reward tolerance. And that extends to our community as well. There are many people in our community that are extremely happy to take their first steps into the world of investing and take power over their own investments. And there's other people that dedicate their days, day in and day out, to trading and want to use our tools and education as a way of saving themselves time and giving themselves information that not many other websites offer. This class series is going to be an extension of that. This is a class series that can benefit every Sectors Made Simple subscriber, just as it can hopefully benefit you as well. Now, I want to quickly provide some examples of topics that we'll cover in the classes. I'm not going to go into detail about them all, and these are only some of the classes that we'll cover. But here's a couple of examples that I picked out. The first class is going to be a little bit of an orientation. Hello, welcome. Here's all of the material that we'll cover, and also we'll be using TradingView quite a bit. Here's what TradingView is. Here's how you create an account. Here's how you get access to the class scripts. Also, here is how you navigate TradingView. This class will also include a walkthrough of what backtesting on TradingView is, how it works, and what and how you use those results to gauge a strategy. Then we get into analysis. We'll have a class on fundamental analysis, what it is, and why it's important. This class will also include key metrics that we look at when we evaluate a stock using fundamental analysis. We'll look at ways of comparing a stock against its industry and its sector as well. Define leaders, laggards, those that are undervalued, overvalued, and hopefully the diamonds in the rough as well. After the fundamental analysis classes, we'll move into technical analysis. We'll start things off simple with talking about both simple and exponential moving averages, and of course, a trading strategy using moving averages. Then we'll start to get into a little bit more complex topics, like relative strength index and the shaft trend cycle, or RSI and STC. These classes are going to be a little bit more involved in terms of values and calculations you might not be familiar with, but again, at the end of the day, we'll bring it back down to earth, provide you a trading strategy, and show you how to use that trading strategy. These values, while you don't need to know how to compute them, we will show you, and then show you how you can save time by using something like TradingView and our scripts to do all the work for you, where you tell it how you want it to go, and it shows you the results for whatever you want to see. After we've covered both fundamental and technical analysis, we then get into what I call the beyond analysis. Bed Bath & Beyond may be working their way out the door, but we're coming in with fundamentals, technicals, and beyond as well. Doesn't ring as well, but we're not here to create the next BBB. We're here to talk about analysis. So beyond the analysis is where we talk about things that are not analysis, but are very important parts of any trading strategy. How and where to set your trailing stops. Do you set your trailing stop based on a specific stop loss percentage? Do you set your trailing stop based on something that's a little bit more flexible, like an ATR? There are many ways to decide when to sell a security, so we want to explore those ways with you. Similarly, take profit points. Many people will buy a stock and hold it until the bitter end or when it hits their trailing stop. But there are a lot of opportunities for investing where you make your profit, you get out, and you move the money somewhere else. So we want to show you ways that you can take a take profit point, say when enough gains is enough gains, and be able to mathematically say, now's the time to get out and put my money somewhere else. So we'll talk a lot about take profit points and how to find what you're willing to risk versus what you're willing to gain, and the backtesting results are going to be extremely valuable for exactly this. And then finally, because many of the strategies we talk about for stocks apply to any types of securities, crypto, forex, commodities, but also options. So we'll talk about how you can transition your trading strategies that you've learned about into something that offers higher leverage, such as options. Now, for the technical analysis scripts, this is where things get really exciting and where we are so much different than other trading strategy courses and other education boot camps out there. Many of the technical analysis strategies that we cover will include TradingView scripts. These scripts are not publicly available, they are private and only available to the attendees of these classes. But these scripts will allow you to define your perfect strategy. They will allow you to change strategy settings. For example, if we have a simple moving average strategy, it lets you change the different levels of moving averages that you want to see. You can adjust your profit ratio or your stop loss to sell out or exit later for different strategies. Then it will allow you to change the time frame that you're investing in, where if you're looking at more mid to long-term trading, you're going to be more interested in seeing day-long bars. But if you're day trading and you want to trade a little bit more actively, we have strategies and you have the ability to turn that same strategy into a strategy for 15-minute bars, where now your trades are being bought and sold in the course of a few hours. And then finally, Every one of these strategies can be applied to securities that aren't just SPY, so you can look at other companies as well. Look at the Apples and Microsofts of the world to see if that strategy still holds water and is able to offer you a great way of entering and exiting a security that you're interested in, or one that's capturing the news right now. Of course, with backtesting, what good would backtesting be if we didn't teach you how to use it? So, as part of the introduction to the class series, we will teach you about how to read and analyze backtests. This is going to be the most important part of turning our strategies into your strategy. So to do this, our TradingView class will cover how to review backtesting results, how to compare the performance of the backtest versus a simple buy and hold of the security, and learn what and why different evaluation metrics are important for us. I want to quickly give an example of one of the scripts that we'll offer in the class series. Mind you, this is one of the scripts that we use in-house, but we will offer something very similar, but much more entry level, not in terms of complexity of the strategy, but in terms of the values. For example, STC AAA. It's not something that needs to be clearly defined because it's just a value that STC needs. But we can customize it if we want to. We will say the parts that we do and don't know for these different strategies, but for the different strategies that we provide, we will give you the option to tweak every individual component of it. The most important parts of any strategy are going to be the risk percentage, where your stop loss is, and your take profit point, where you sell out to capture a profit. Using the RSI STC strategy that we had talked about, here are the results of that strategy. To show you an example of the backtests. Up above, you can see the actual returns of the strategy. You can see the entry and exit points for that strategy. So we can see every time it buys in and sells out of a security. In this case, the security we're looking at is SPY. We're trading on 15-minute bars. So each one of these lines is 15 minutes of trading activity. Now let's look at the backtesting results. This is what you will have access to for every one of the technical analysis strategies that we will offer this for. You get very simple metrics you're probably used to seeing, like net profit. How much profit did the strategy make? You get how many trades it made, what % of those trades were profitable, and your average profit factor. Then you get other values, such as the max drawdown and what the average gain per trade was. One of the most important values to me when I'm looking at a strategy is the average bars. How long did you actually hold the security for? It's cool when a strategy trades 15-minute bars, but it's holding it for a week. Okay. Interesting, but a little misleading. For a strategy like this, for example, we can see that this strategy trades 15-minute bars and is on average 7 bars per trade. Meaning on average, every trade that it does is 1 hour and 45 minutes long. In addition to the high-level metrics, you get a performance summary to detail how well the strategy did. In this case, it made 14.24% profit. You get the buy and hold return, which is if you had just bought SPY over the same period of time, what would you have earned? So had you bought SPY, you would have made 0.3% return. Had you used the strategy, you would have made 14% return. Then you get a full list of all of the trades that the strategy made throughout its duration. The value here is being able to see and visualize the results of a strategy. Being able to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because again, we will show you both. We will show you right now that this strategy doesn't do as well in 1 hour. And one day, it does pretty well. But again, let's compare it against the buy and hold of the same security. A little bit different, right? Now we're seeing 24% profit, but 830% profit had we done a buy and hold. So what that means is that this is a better strategy for short-term investing. But that's only if we're using a risk percent of 0.2 and a take profit of 2. In the class series, we'll go into detail about how you can take a strategy that's optimized for short-term trading like this. And again, this is more of a short-term optimized strategy, the way we have it set it up. But we'll show how to transition this strategy into something that can be used for trading over 1-day bars as well. Now, here's the cool thing. These strategies don't have to just be for the S&P 500. They also don't have to be for stocks. The value in this strategy, especially the 15-minute bar strategy, is the fact that while all we see here is the returns of SPY, of the stock, you can trade this strategy by buying and selling options. So one of the classes we'll go into is how to transition this strategy over to options, where you know that this strategy is almost 50% profitable with a profit factor of 1.5. Those are returns that can transition over very closely and very well to options as well, offering us higher leverage on our strategies. At Sectors Made Simple, we have found many successful trading strategies that have outperformed the market, but here, this gives us the ability to trade options over these strategies and get much more leverage on our specific trading methods. Now, let's change this up a bit. Let's search for something like Amazon. Okay. Now we're seeing 100 total trades over the trading period. We're holding on average for about 1 hour per trade. And we're getting a return of 14.1%. Okay. Bit lower than SPY, but 14% still good. Let's go to the performance summary. Our net profit is 14%. Had we bought and held Amazon over that same period of time, we would have lost 25% of our money. Interesting, right? We will cover all parts of this process. And if what I'm going into right now is a little bit too much detail for where we're at right now, don't worry. I'm trying to give a big introduction to show you what everything will look like from a very high level view. But class by class, bit by bit, we will build up from where your knowledge is right now up to being able to run these backtests, customize these backtests, and apply these strategies to other securities and other asset types such as derivatives like options. Now, let's talk about what these classes include. The classes will be 12 one-hour-long lessons that will be held live on Zoom. So as part of the classes, you will get access to all of those 12 live classes. You'll get access to all of the backtesting scripts for the trading platform, TradingView. You'll also, after the classes and during the class series, have unlimited access to the class recordings on our website, sectorsmadesimple.com. And also, you will have access to the TradingView scripts even after the class series ends, making sure that the strategies that you learn, you can continue to use for months and years to come in the future. So everything you learn in this class series will apply in the future and you will be able to continue using those scripts to maintain, edit, and update your strategies as time and your knowledge and comfort with investments grow as well. With that said, registration for these classes is now open, but is limited. These class series are meant to be something that is not sold to the most people possible. It's meant to give you the best experience possible. So because of that, we very much try to emphasize a personal touch to everything. If you ask me a question, your question will be answered. It's not going to be drowned out by the crowd. So to make sure that we can give you our personal attention and make sure that you get a personalized experience out of these classes, the class space is limited. Registration for these classes is a one-time payment of $499. Again, that gives you lifetime access to all of the recordings and to the TradingView scripts. So that is a value that continues paying dividends in the future. Dividends will be a topic in the class series. You can register for these classes via the link down in the description below. The registrations are done through Zoom. If you are a Sectors Made Simple annual subscriber, I've got good news. As part of one of the many membership benefits that you have access to, annual subscribers have an additional benefit of getting 50% off all standalone classes that we do. The Analysis Academy is included in those standalone classes, meaning that you get a 50% discount on those classes. You should have the link in your email. If you do not have that link, send us an email and we're more than happy to get you set up with the sign-up link. But with that said, this is an introduction to the Analysis Academy. We are incredibly excited and very honored to be able to have this opportunity to bring new strategies down to earth and to everyone. English, Spanish, starting investing, seasoned investor, day trader, swing trader, and everyone in between. These classes are truly a universal skill set that we feel every investor should know and are very excited to be able to bring to you all in a much simpler way. So, Jonathan, I received the email and the amount there is what I have to pay, right? So in the email that you received, it should include the discount for it already. So if you got the members link, it will be a 50% discount, so it should say $249. If you need the corrected link though, or if that link isn't working for you, send us an email and we can help you out. But for today, that is where I will leave this introduction. We'll have a couple more teasers for this series coming out on our Facebook page, Sectors Made Simple. So head on over there, hit the like button, and stay up to date as we continue to hint at some more topics and information that we'll cover in this series. But until May 22nd, thank you all so much for joining us. We are incredibly excited to start this series with you all and show you why analysis can be made simpler with Sectors Made Simple. Thank you all so much. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you all on Monday, May 22nd. Take care, everyone.